spread my wings to the heavens. But where did you go when I was down and I needed you most, yeah? It was long days and long nights, battling with demons, so tired from the fights, yeah. I was struggling to make ends meet, thought I had you on my team, now the feeling's bittersweet, cause I look back now, and it looks different. I was trying to win for us, but you had a different mission. Just listen, I fought hard every day. You gave away someone who would follow you into the grave. Where did you go when I was down and I needed you most, yeah? Where did you go when I was alone, just looking for hope, yeah? I worked on myself, learned a few lessons. Without you, I spread my wings to the heavens. But where did you go when I was down and I needed you most, yeah? Life's looking good now, cut out the negative. It stays away if you make sure not to let it in. A different purpose, I'm a different person. I've been working on myself, built a new version. The best revenge is having success, so what's next? Goddamn, I've been feeling real blessed to be alive, to be in this life. I got a new chance to move on and thrive. So I'll stay strong, I'll live life, I'll be wrong, I'll be right. I'll work hard, see new sights, I'll look deep, yeah, inside. And I'll never look back with any regret. I always tried, always did my best. Pass or fail, at least I took the test. Now I'm just ready for what's next. Let's go! Where did you go when I was down and I needed you most, yeah? Where did you go when I was alone, just looking for hope?
Away from this place,
Jesus coming back, could be day or the night, and I ain't falling for no tricks. No, my name ain't Dwight. Yeah, we had to dap it up, now the future look bright, and he couldn't leave me led, cause he know what is right. Okay, all this mediocre, I can't settle for it. Yeah, dodging on a bull, I am a matador. I was 6 feet under, I was banging on the casket, now I'm free. And they asking like, what is all that racket coming out your mouth? You done switched up, I knew you way back in 1-2 when you was going out, trying to kick it with the best, and you read the air night. Now kick it with a bad plug, either air night. How would it heaven look? I'm trying to punch a ticket. Holy water dripping on the body like a spigot. They open their mouth, swear that all I hear is cricket. And me for the sample, I'll give you a little snippet. But now you gon' have to pay for it, like I am your landlord. That's it, he done pay for it, and I'm just a nice soul he willing to die for. What are you alive for? What is all this time for? Hold up, spit it till you feel it down in your car. I'ma stir the pot and cause an uproar. I got blood in the car, you better watch your pole. Get it while that suckers when it's out there want me.
Name, but he called me out a bad place. I was running from the truth, that's another tale. When you see me in the streets, pray I'm doing well. I've been acting all good, that's a wishing well. Get a penny for your thoughts, I can never sell, cause I know I'm the villain in the story. I can never stand up, falling short of glory. Yeah, yeah. I've been rapping since the age of 13. Back when I was washing sneakers with some help from Mr. Clean. Back when daddy told me never let somebody get between what God put together, let no one intervene. I've been dodging Lucy every day.
Hey Hustlers, so now that I'm finally done with my workouts for the week, I actually have some pretty exciting news. So as of Monday of this week, I am self-contained breathing apparatus certified. Now basically that means I'm SCBA certified with my fire department, so that is a huge accomplishment with me in my ultimate career with civil service, because I've been with my department for approximately 1 year, but it took me about 5 months to get SCBA certified. And the reason why I wanted to make this announcement is because, one, I wanted to mark this momentous occasion with me being SCBA certified, which will lead to me being a certified EMT, which will lead to me training for the fire college, which will lead to me, hopefully, God willing, becoming a federal firefighter. The reason why I wanted to mark this is because I basically wanted to observe and reflect on all the training I've been through to say that when you have a goal in life, a really, really big goal, you have to be willing to celebrate those small little victories. Those of you who play video games before, you'll notice that before you get to play the big boss level, you have to be recognized for completing the smaller levels, because that will give you the trajectory and momentum to the boss level. But that's literally how it is in life when you have really big goals, is you have to be willing to celebrate small victories. And so this is where I'm at right now, and I'm only moving forward, and I hope you feel inspired to do the same.
Walking on fire, my debt is in pay. I'll take myself higher, so I'm feeling okay. Look at me now, I'm done with the chase.
Hustlers. So as we're getting close to the end of the video, one of the things I actually wanted to talk about was basically my current major in college. It is business administration with a concentration in operations and analytics. But to paraphrase what that basically means is that I am obsessed with data analysis, Excel. I'm obsessed with using that in my everyday life. Now, you think it's because I'm required to do that because it's my major, but it goes so much more beyond into that. It doesn't matter if you work in the medical field, if you work in the automotive field, if you work in finance, if you work in computer science, creative, certain outlooks. No matter what you do, you're going to have some sort of skills in managing data. And so one of the ways I wanted to kind of demonstrate for that to you is with my schedule. So in one of my previous videos, I briefly spoke about my schedule, but the thing is that was a very rudimentary understanding of it. Also, the video quality wasn't that great. So what I did was I went into a spreadsheet that I'm going to pull up right here in just a sec. Okay, my computer is about to record. Okay, let's see if we can pull that up. Okay. So as you can see right here, basically what I have is I have a full in-depth schedule of what a typical week looks like for me. So as you can see, on Mondays, those are the earliest days that I wake up. That's going to be around 0300 or 0330. And that's where I'll do my 6-mile run. I'll come back and I'll make my breakfast, which is almost always going to be eggs. And I'll prep all my gear for the gym. So because I don't live on campus, I have to invest a lot more time getting all my gear ready, because if, like, let's say I bring a camera but the battery died, I can't go all the way home and get another battery, so I have to get up pretty early to manage that. And then I have my leg workout, which usually is going to be about 3 hours, and then once I'm done, I will go to the school and I'll drink my breakfast smoothie. I forgot to include that on my schedule, because usually on Mondays and Wednesdays I drink a smoothie for breakfast, but it usually has like 60 grams of protein and I'd say probably like 600 calories, maybe a little less. And then I'll get to school, I'll do some edits for my video, or I'll study for any tests, projects, exams I have coming up. Then I have lunch around 1100, and then at 1400 till 1530 I have my first class. That is going to be managing teams and projects. And this is actually my final semester, so it's a senior level class. And then once I'm done, I'll get in some extra studying. And then if I have some time, I'll go over to my fire department and I'll get in some SCBA training, or I'll study for my EMT class. And if I have a lighter day, I'll have a second evening workout. I'll have a second workout that will usually be a lot of duck walks, a lot of power cleans and light Olympic weightlifting, some calisthenics and some boxing to keep my conditioning going on. And then once I'm done with my workout, I'll drive home. And once I get home, I'll have dinner. But usually that dinner will be something I either pick up or my mom will have already cooked it for me. And then I hit the hay around 9 p.m. All right, and then for Tuesday is a recovery day for me. So what I'll do is I will, you probably can see my reminder right there to buy something for my course. It's a book, I'm pretty sure. I'll have a recovery jog on Tuesday. The pace is very light, probably like 9 or 10 minutes, because it's literally just a jog, because my legs are feeling pretty queasy and out of it from the training day yesterday. Then I'll have my breakfast and prep my gear. My breakfast is usually going to be a little bit bigger than it was on Monday, because I'll have more time to actually cook it. It would be like some eggs and bacon and maybe some pancakes. And then I'll have my recovery workout, which is going to be very quick, only like 30 minutes. And I literally would just hop on that Stairmaster. I'll do like 200 steps. And then I'll have my first class, which is going to be service management, around 11 a.m. And then I have lunch around, I'd say, 2 p.m. or probably 1 p.m. at the earliest. Then I'll get in some ENT studying at the library near my class. Then I'll have class for about 4 hours. And then I'll immediately go home. I will have dinner usually at the EMT class. And that's something I usually pack. I don't have anything, I'll pack that. Wednesday, I'll wake up at around 4 a.m. or 5 a.m., do a 4-mile fartlek run. And just to remind you what that is, that's basically a form of interval training. And then I'll have my breakfast, prep my gear. Then I'll get into a push workout, which will feel like it's going by quicker than a leg workout, but it actually will be about an hour longer. Then I'll get in my edits, have lunch, same classes I had on Monday. And then usually around 3:30 or 4:30, I'll have Bible study with some of my friends from my group on campus. And then every other Wednesday, I'll have my fire training from 7 p.m. till 10 p.m. Then I'll go to bed. Then Thursday is an off day, so I just wake up, I have my breakfast, go to class, which is also going to be service management, get in some steady edits, and usually around this exact time is where I'll get to actually film a video. And then Fridays are by far the longest, most intense workouts I have throughout the week. I'll wake up a little bit later because I'm still like groggy from my EMT class. So I'll wake up around probably 6:30 and I'll get in a sprint or hill workout. It's always going to have a weighted vest incorporated with that. I'm also going to get in a lot more stairs because I'm going to need to do that as a firefighter. And then I'll get to the gym around, I'd say, 10 a.m. and I'll get in a pull workout, which will go till probably 1 p.m. or there was one day where it literally went till 3. Oh boy. And then from there, I'll have lunch, and then I'll get in my edits, and then I'll go to my church. Technically, it's not church, it's just a group on campus called Alpha and Omega. And then I'll go to bed, and then Saturday will be no running. It's going to be just a warm-up with 30 tire burpees that you probably saw me and my dad do it earlier on in the video. And that'll be the warm-up. And then it'll just be regular stuff from there, bench, deadlift, maybe some calisthenics. Then Sunday is also going to be an off day. So that right there, as you saw, was a typical schedule throughout my week, and you were probably wondering, well, how did I organize all of this instead of just writing down everything? Well, because this was an elaborate example of what Microsoft Excel and managing data can do for you. Now I can discuss the actual research with it from there. And now that we've discussed the schedule, from here I wanted to go a little bit more in depth. So now that you understand the first basically point I'm making is that knowing how to manage data is going to be a very important skill in any career field you choose. But you're probably wondering, well, if it's important, then how can I start managing data? I probably never worked with Excel before. I probably never so much as worked with Google Sheets before. I have no idea what I'm supposed to look for. One of the first things you can do is you can look for what's called algorithms. According to Algorithms by Absolute Beginner's Guide by Kirupa Chinakanthambi, I absolutely scorpioned that pronunciation right there. On page 2 to 4, one example of how data that it gives, it says, data is like a bunch of tools that we can use. If we have a bunch of tools like that are lying all over the table, the way how we can organize them is we can either do one, throw them into a random box and call it a day, or we can sort it into a toolbox and then put that away. Regardless, we will rummage through our boxes like raccoons. What that basically means is that when you are managing data, you have the option of either basically throwing it all onto a piece of paper and not organizing it all and just saying it's right there, so what? And that doesn't take as much time, but also at the same time, that data is now useless. You have no idea how you're going to find certain points to look for. It's not going to be presentable towards your boss, and it's going to make you look incompetent. Even if you have, let's say, a degree in engineering, if you don't know how to manage certain quantities of certain items and knowing the legal restrictions to what you can do in your state, for example, with Raytheon, they have factories where they make missiles, but you can't just make a full-on tank into your factory. And if you're going to make missiles, you need to know what certain parts do you have available to make that happen. And the way how you're going to prove that is with a spreadsheet of data. And on page 62, the first data that you can structure will be reading about what's called the queue. So basically what the queue is that it was described as a group of people are standing in a line. The person standing at the front of the line is the first one to have shown up, and they are the first ones to leave as well. As well as new people show up and stand at the end of the line, and they don't leave until the person in front of them has reached the beginning of the line and has left. This is an example of first in, first out, or FIFO policy. And then it goes on to page 63 where it says, when removing items, they are removed sequentially starting with the first item that populated the data structure in a queue-based world. And one example where queues are used are high traffic situations like travel booking, waiting to purchase concert tickets, prioritizing emails by an email server. So to kind of elaborate on that, when, let's say, you're trying to book a ticket to go see, I don't know, Machine Gun Kelly, and what you're noticing is that the date for that concert is supposed to be coming up in August of this year. Now, today is March 21st, so chances are, if you buy those tickets now, you'll be first in the queue, and then immediately that spot that you just booked is no longer going to be available. But then another person, as the year develops, is going to go up behind you to try to purchase another ticket. And in order for people to understand the rate at which people buy tickets, or knowing the possibilities of getting to buy a ticket by, like, let's say July of this year, is to understand queues. And you would basically take that information and put that all into a spreadsheet. So that's just a few examples and a few descriptions of how data is going to be measured. But with everything that I said in this one segment alone, that was all based on the algorithms of data. So that's the first thing I would check for. All right. Other than that, there wasn't anything else on my notes. No, that's just one example I wanted to talk about. But the reason why I want to begin a series of videos where I talk more about data analysis and Microsoft Excel is because this is not just where my field of knowledge is, but this is where I feel like it can benefit you. You see, I feel like what makes me different compared to most fitness influencers is that I don't want to be remembered as just a guy who gives advice on fitness or just a guy who does his lifestyle on fitness in that one field. I want to be remembered as someone who can pass down all of my fields of knowledge to anyone who's watching. And even if I'm wrong, at least you have a form of input to expand off of. But if I am wrong, believe me, I'm doing as much research as I can to make sure that it's factually proven to be true. These notes that I have right here, these are not just my own conclusions. These were based off of all the books that I have lying across this room. Hope this helps. Have a wonderful day.